Well, good evening, good morning, good afternoon, good day, and welcome to Side Jag. That's right. Side Jag is the show where we talk about a movie, a show, or something. And then, of course, it just wobbles down the rabbit hole to oblivion of whatever else is on our minds. Thank you for tuning in. Let's get started. How are you doing?
Doing good, man.
Yeah?
Let me
What
show
are you doing?
you the
Oh,
cutest kittens you've probably ever seen in your life.
okay.
And it's got the wrong cover on it, or
What does that say?
Lumix.
Oh, yeah.
This thing is absolutely tiny. It's a 12 to 32 mil.
Oh, wow. I was thinking maybe it was just a fixed.
Yeah, have you ever
Hold it back. Hold it back some. Like hold it like
like so you can
yeah, yeah. Oh wow. Dang.
it
That
was
is
insane that
that,
it's now it does come out a little bit, so once you
oh, who cares? That's
yeah,
perfect. Oh wow, it's a 3-step.
yeah. So I thought that was pretty cool.
So, it's funny, like we talked last week about on the cruise. Or no, maybe did I talk to you about cameras when we were on the cruise?
You
So
said something, I can't
so
remember.
like so camera companies are getting it wrong. Canon, Nikon, Sony, Lumix, all those guys are getting it wrong because I have this big touchscreen here, and I was watching all these people on our vacation, and they're all sitting here and they're doing this. And what really struck me is the old guy. I saw the old guy, and I mean older than me,
Mm,
and he's just sitting there. And this is the guy that would always go on vacation, and he'd have his camera under his arm, and he's that guy. You know that guy. You've seen that guy. You've been around that guy. That guy doesn't have that anymore. He's literally doing the same thing, and you can tell he's that guy because he's doing this, and he's
yeah.
moving his phone to get it right. I'm like, this big body thingy, it's over. It's over. They just don't know it yet, because like, don't get me wrong. I'm sitting there with my camera and a 400 millimeter, and everyone's looking at me like I'm insane, and they're going, "Wow!" And
He's a sports
Haley,
photographer.
yeah, Haley walks up there, taps the screen, and zooms in, and goes click, and walks away, and I'm like, "The fuck," you
Yeah.
know. So one thing is, we need big bright backs, we need brains, we need processing, and then we need lenses that can attach that aren't
The
this.
moment things, yeah, yeah.
Something that can easily slip into a pocket or whatever. And like that lens, that lens on this camera, that would be a 300 millimeter lens.
Yeah.
You know, and I think that's what they're just doing wrong. I just small sensors. They don't need to be 45 megapixel full frame
Thanks up for
sensors.
processing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, just lots of brains. And because I mean, your phone takes an amazing picture, and it does 9 times out of 10 a way better job than a DSLR or an SLR or a mirrorless or whatever, because they're all hoping you're going to post process it, and sometimes you don't.
Right.
Like hell. So the six that we have, the R6 Mark II, will shoot in camera HDR, 3 image stitched like that,
Yeah.
and they're good. They're real good. They're like, damn. There was one day I just had it set to that because I was in the woods and I'm walking around and I'm just like, I'm looking at it in the eyepiece of the camera because I don't have, I'm not chimping on the back. I'm literally, it's on my face, and I'm just hitting the preview button and looking at it in the display screen, going, did I get it? I got it. Okay, move on.
Yeah.
I'm like, and all these other guys over there going, and this is doing an auto HDR, so it's stitching and doing. I'm like,
Yeah.
it's just,
The best camera's the one you have on you.
yeah, okay, Trey Ratcliffe.
But I will say, so this was just a stupid cheap purchase.
Yeah,
And I've always loved Lumix cameras.
yeah,
They have bad autofocus.
yeah,
But the Micro Four Thirds lens, they have some cool lenses you can get for them. But this was cheap enough that I couldn't afford not to get it. as a secondary camera. You know how that feels.
No.
But this thing is tiny, man. Because have you seen the ZV-1 yet?
No.
So you haven't held one?
No.
This is with a cage on it. So
Yeah.
this is a small. You
Yeah.
can't change the lens on this one. This
No,
is
so that's like the old GS9 from Canon.
correct.
Yeah.
And this one,
solid camera though.
and you know, I bought a cheap lens I want to play with on it, but this one's a lot bigger than the one that goes. So when you have this little guy on there, it is tiny.
What's up, El Fernandez? What's up, DIY guy? Chris Vera in the house.
So this thing is absolutely tiny with the little kit lens on it.
Yeah, that is ridiculous. And it's a 12?
12 to 32.
Dude, that's wide. That's really nice.
Yeah. I'll tell you one thing I hate about it. The electronic viewfinder
sucks.
The screen absolutely sucks on it, man. I feel like I'm watching a CRT or something.
Wow.
So luckily this is just a second camera. It's like not a main camera. Yeah. I'm just using it for secondary shots and stuff. But that viewfinder does suck. They definitely skimped on that. But it's not meant for selfies, really, for self because the autofocus isn't good. So I don't mind the flip out screen because I'm not going to be using it like that.
Right.
You know, if you're using it like that, it's probably better like this Canon M200 where you just have the flipped up screen so you're not looking off to the side. But yeah. That's it for camera talk.
Yeah, no, it's yeah, I don't even want to think about it right now because yeah, we just bought the 2 new ones and it's like great. So now I got to buy more lenses. All right, moving on.
Yeah, whole new lens. Yeah, that's.
Yeah, I mean, I bought 4. I think I bought 3 or 4 silver stripe R lenses.
Yeah,
just the standard because. You know, it's one of those things like I don't want to go out and buy all L glass because we're gonna have 4 or 5 of these things.
Yeah,
and I know what we have now and I know what we use it for, and I don't really see needing that. In like, there's gonna be there'll be like 4 lenses I'll buy L glass wise.
Yeah,
just, you know, but that's it. The other ones. You know, I need wides. That's the problem with the R right now is the wide camera, the wide lens selection kind of sucks.
Yeah.
You know, I need like an 8.
Yeah, isn't their lowest is they make a 17 or a 15? They must make a 15 maybe.
Yeah, it's like,
and they're not doing third-party lenses at the moment, so
yeah. Although someone just came out with a third-party lens, but it doesn't have any. It's a Cine lens. Which is just a cool way of saying manual focus.
And yeah, exactly. You can't go back to manual focus. I'll tell you, they do make one micro four thirds lens that's a 15 to 150 f2.8, and it's 3 times the cost of the body that's sitting over there. But I just want the all-in-one lens. Yeah.
Yeah, lenses are expensive, Chris. I'm well aware of that.
He just flexed on you, Chris. You didn't even know it.
Yeah. Yeah, actually, yeah. This is what I like to call the softball. So this is the 85. So this is the 85 1.2. Yeah, that's cute. But that's we never got. So this is the fun one. So that's the fisheye.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a lot of fun.
Have you seen the 3D one they did?
Yes.
I almost wanted that because they made it in the M mount.
Did they?
Yeah. Or they at least did it work with an adapter. You could make it work with an M mount camera.
I'm sure. Yeah, well, probably. Why not?
Yeah.
I mean, I picked up a second M50 and got the big zoom lens for it. I need some affordable cameras that I can.
You should tell me. I sold my M50 cheap.
I mean, the thing is like we have all the M bodies. Like I got all the M bodies. We bought. I mean, because you could buy every freaking M body lens for nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, okay. Let me rephrase that. They're relatively inexpensive,
right?
You know. So, you know, and we're kind of mean with our cameras. So,
yeah.
But You know,
The lenses are, I think they're pretty affordable. You know, for the most part, like this Sigma
body lenses are super affordable lenses. I mean,
the Sigma 16 mil f1.2 or something like that. It was like $300, $350.
Yeah. Whereas you get like an R or an EL,
Oh, that's going to be expensive.
and you're packing it in.
Yeah.
Although, so we bought so they make like it's like a 1-400 or a 600 or some big photo standard, not white lens, but
Right.
like very consumer wide, long lens. And before I left on vacation, or before we went to Indy, one of those trips, Canon had closeout. They had a deal on them. I think they were like refurbished or some shit like that, but it was like $250 off. I mean, it was stupid. I was like,
buy now. Yeah.
Because I knew Fernando would love that lens. I was like, he's gonna have the best time with this.
Yeah.
Everyone always says that everyone, no matter anybody that buys a camera, always wants the longest lens they can possibly buy. I don't know what the fascination is. I do, but I mean, I did the same thing. I bought the Canon 100 to 100 to 400 was like
trying to get that candid bokeh photo, man.
Hang on. So we're gonna get to the show at some point. So like this was this the right one? Yeah. So this is the 100 to 400.
Yeah.
So and this one is unique because this is what's called a push pull. So this was awesome for sports because as you're following with sports, you can zoom in and then easily zoom back. A lot of people hated it, and so they changed it to a regular spin style. And I was like, nope, I'm keeping mine. You know, but like, yeah. But that was great because that's, you know, I would always take pictures of Haley in sports, and there would always be the one dad out there with his, you know, his 300 70 to 300 that he picked up for $299 out there going, yeah, I can take all the pictures. I'd be like, okay.
Yeah.
The priciest lens is this 300 2.8, followed by the 200 1.2 1.4. I don't know. They don't make that one anymore. That was a no. I take that back. That wasn't the 300 was the most expensive, and then a lot of them after that, they're all between $2,000 and $4,000. So it's just varies between price. The 200 millimeter was my last lens that I bought for that body style because I just had to have it. I'd always wanted one. It's so cool.
Yeah.
I mean,
and people that don't mess with cameras, they might think, well, f2.8 doesn't seem that low, but at 300 mil.
Oh yeah,
like, that's absurd.
It's minimum 12-foot focal distance, so you have to be at least 12 feet away from whatever you're taking a picture of.
Yeah,
but it's freaking awesome. A lot of people don't know that's a thing, minimum focusing distance.
Yeah.
But like, yes, I mean, look at that. I mean, holy shit,
that's some glass right there.
That's so sexy. So this is 1.8. Yeah, 200 1.8. They only made this lens for a couple years. And thank God for COVID. Somebody came off of theirs. Because, dude, trying to find one of these that wasn't run over by a Mack truck was next to impossible. You know, you'd always find one and it'd be like 4 parts. And I'm like, oh, come on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just on the search for that all-in-one lens.
There is no
that I can do most of what I need. Like I'm going to an event. That's why I'm looking at the 15 to like 150.
So Canon made a Canon actually has like a 28 to 300.
Yeah.
L lens. That's the magical lens. Like if you don't need 2.8 or 2.4 or anything like that, that lens is probably your beast. It's expensive. It's probably $2,500 to $3,800, but you can probably get a used one now pretty reasonable. It's about the size of the 400 millimeter, and it was that lens. They made that because some guy says I want one lens, and it was like, all right, well, here you go. And it was like, oh, well, maybe I don't.
I want the one you could do selfies with because that's a big lens, like one that I could hold like this.
Yeah,
and also do selfies with. self-shot stuff, then maybe a little bit of, I don't need a lot of zoom. 70 mil would probably be okay, or 75, 80. But yeah, we'll see.
So, well, it was funny because we went out whale watching, and I didn't know what to bring. So I was like, on my vacation, I was always packing the wide angle and the 70 to 200. So whatever the wide angle was that I had, I have all of them, which I didn't plan on having all of them. It just ended up that way. So I wasn't like
Don't come at me.
yeah, it wasn't that. It just kind of was a mistake. Anyways, and when I buy something, I'm not going to get rid of it because that's just dumb. So, I had my wide and I had that, and I was getting ready to walk the door, and I said, you know what? I brought this stupid 100 to 400. Let's just grab it just because. It's like, I brought it. I brought it all the way on this freaking trip. Let's at least take it with it. Thank God I did. Because immediately when the whales came out of the water, I go, I need the 100 to 400. So I ran back into the boat, switched lenses, came back out, and it was like, thank God, man, because they were right there, and I was just like on top of them, man. And everyone's just going, oh, and then they're looking at me and they're going, oh, I bet you're getting great shots. And I go, I am. I'm getting awesome shots. So,
and the dude with the Samsung or whatever is like, yo, my phone's got 10x optical zoom, 20x optical zoom, bro.
Yes, and you're getting awesome shots too. Yeah, you're my hero. Oh, and then I just flipped it over and I opened my phone and I could see all my pictures on my phone, and I was like, this is so cool.
There you go.
No, we were in Alaska, Papa. So it's the same whales that you'd see in Maui, just they're on their summer cruise up in Alaska. So now I do have to damn it, I do have to go to Maui to see them there, just on principle, because that's like where my wife's family is living currently. One of her aunts lives there and her uncle, so we've never been there to see those, and that's a point of contention.
No, got to do it.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. Actually, it's funny. I didn't share anything on Facebook. Haley and Sue shared it and tagged the hell out of me, and so they did really well on their pictures.
Yeah. Yeah. Haley was doing she was updating well, so I could follow everything. And then there'd just be like the Deanest post ever, just some random shit.
Yeah. Well,
here's here. Oh,
one post, one picture, one picture. V for vacation. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then it was a picture of the boat out testing doors.
Yeah.
That was a nod to Brian Mitchell, because we were talking about Titanic, and he's like, they both could have fit on that door. And I was like, yeah, I know. He goes, that was bullshit. And I go, yeah, I know. So he's like, well, you better get a door that three of you will fit on. And I go, okay. So when we were coming back into the boat, and it was like, there's icebergs in the water, the boat's in the background, I'm like, out testing doors.
Yeah. Just in case. Just in
case. Oh my God, that would have. It's funny. That water is so cold.
Oh, I can imagine.
Oh my God. When the ice is just floating by you and it's a big chunk of ice and you're just going, no.
Well, have you been to one of the Titanic museums before?
Yeah. Up in Tennessee.
You put your hand, you can put your hand in the water or whatever.
Oh yeah.
That shit's cold.
Oh yeah. I know. I had to win.
Yeah. Well, see, here's what I done the same thing to Cassie. I said, hey, whoever can hold their hand in there longest wins, right? So she holds her hand in there longest first, pulls it out, and I was like, you in.
Oh, God. Oh, that's so bad.
She's like, my hand's aching.
No, this was all three of us at the same time, and it was go. And I'm just like, I mean, I'm going to be here all day because I'm not losing either one of you. It's not going to happen. Yeah. So, speaking of winter, there is some winter scenes in this movie that we watched.
Yeah.
Extraction 2 starts out right after Extraction 1, and the most unbelievable beginning of any movie that I've seen in a long time.
He went from 0 to hero in 2 seconds.
Yeah, they pulled out all the stops. So, all right. So let's just jump into it. For those of you guys, Extraction 2 is the movie that we watched this week. And if you haven't seen it, please watch it. It's really entertaining. I enjoyed the shit out of it. So we'll just get that out of the way. It was my kind of movie, 100%. Now let's tear it apart.
Yeah.
So, they no holds barred saved his ass. Okay.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. When her brother got shot, I'm like, where's all the paramedics? Where's the extraction team for him?
Right.
Like where's like, you're trying to tell me they don't have that still standing on by? Did we kill them all? I mean,
there's a lot of suspension of disbelief in this movie. Listen, the worst, I think the worst thing about this movie is that you have to watch the first. If you just watch this as standalone and you have no idea what happened in the first one, it hits the ground running.
Oh, yeah.
It's like jumping out of a car with your feet already going.
Yeah. And the bad part is this one is way better than the first one. My opinion.
Yeah, I think it's like on par. I did like, there was a lot of action scenes.
Yeah.
But I barely remember what happened in the movie.
Yeah, exactly. The first one?
The second one.
Oh.
That I just watched. Like he went to save his sister's or his ex-wife's, ex-wife, right?
Yeah, his ex-wife's sister.
Yeah. And that was basically the story. That's why. If you want to know what the story is, that's what happened.
Way to sum it up.
Yeah, and he's a hero. He's a badass.
So, the movie was just, and like you said, you've forgotten everything, because as far as plot line goes, it was, I need you to go, it's like heal from the first movie.
Yeah.
I need you to go, Ilbus Elba, whoever, shows up, which is, they've worked together before on Thor. He's the guy with the big sword.
Mm-hmm.
So he shows up and he's like, hey, I'm with an alphabet soup government agency, and you're the guy we need to go rescue or extract this person who just so happens to be the sister of your ex-wife. And she's hooked up with some really sketchy Russian style bad people. And she's in a prison because her husband's in prison, and she can live with her husband and their 2 kids and all this other stuff. Yeah. You're like,
and they're in prison by choice, by the way.
Yeah. They're there to be with the husband.
Yeah.
So, but they can't get out.
Right. But I did like the cultish religious bent to the bad guys. So they're kind of like manifest destiny. They're just there's no stopping. There's no
right.
This ends one way. Either we win or we die.
Correct. They're bad.
I love that about those bad, because most bad guys, it's about money, it's about greed, it's about power. These guys, it was about that, but there was like a religious thing. It was manifest destiny. Yeah. They were either going to die or they were going to do what they planned on doing.
Yeah, and it was all out for whatever today's assignment is, and that's what ensues next. So it's all out mayhem for the next hour and a half. Until the end, when all is revealed, and that's the end of the movie, and they go to jail. Which I thought was the dumbest ending to this movie, is that they go to jail, and I'm like, seriously?
That was kind of dumb. Yeah. We should have all died. That was what they wanted,
Yeah.
And then. Yeah, well, I mean, the heroes go to jail. I guess all the bad guys do die, technically.
Yeah, all the bad guys die.
Because the main 3, the 2 brothers and the uncle, he kills the uncle.
Yeah.
And then they go to jail. On what premise was the jail? That part I don't remember. What was
why they go to jail?
Yeah, because they broke off.
They still blew up a bunch of shit and shot a bunch of people.
Yeah.
So, I mean, even though they were the good guys, they weren't the good guys in the eyes of the law. They were... they literally opened fire in town, and shot a bunch of bad people. So, not exactly forgiving. You might have been on the right path, but you're still a bunch of idiots. Okay?
Right.
It wasn't like they were doing this for the law. They were doing it to save this
Yeah.
lady and her kids. So,
this was not. What do they call the soldiers that are black ops or something like
yeah,
that?
yeah. This is
So
called Black Ops.
if you get burned, you're on your own.
You're on your own.
Yeah.
Until there again, Albus whatever shows up, and it was like, hey man, and he's still in the handcuffs. That's what I thought was funny. He's walking out there and he's still in the handcuffs. It's like, wait, why am I still in the handcuffs? Like
at this point,
at this point, I gotta go walk out there and talk to him. Why could you take the handcuffs off? This is just stupid. Like, come on. At this point, we're all friends. And it's like, hey, I want you to come work for us. I'm not doing it without my team. What team? What team? Your whole team is dead. You got one. The girl whose team it actually is the only person left.
Yeah, that's it. Her brother's dead, and everyone else is dead.
Yeah, everyone else is dead. It's like, okay. I mean, but there again, I don't know what the team was comprised of, because people just kept showing up and getting shot, and then more would show up.
I did like how when they were running through the buildings, all of a sudden the team was there. Like, the team was nowhere to be found. Yeah. It's like, well, couldn't you come out and help?
Right. And then there's a train car with the team and guns and shit in it. You're like, oh, wait. Well, how are we getting away with a train? Train with the escape car. Or train. Like, we can draw a line from where we started to where it's going to end. I'm not coming at you with helicopters and all that shit. That's just dumb. I'm just going to meet you at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that was the
dynamite mid-track that they can't see.
Yeah, I know where you're going. You're in a train.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
I mean, kind of dumb, but still awesome. Very awesome. A lot of excitement. There again, full. So yeah, that's what I think. Yes, you're right. The suspension of disbelief on this movie is so high.
It is
so high. But that's what I like about it, because you just sit down, you relax, you grab your bag of popcorn, and you're just like,
the movie just happens.
Yeah, right in front of you.
And I didn't get a chance to watch it all at once.
Oh,
I started it late, and that kind of killed a little bit it for me.
Right.
I started it late at night, got sleepy, and I was like, shit, gotta watch it the next day. So
yeah,
it should have been a one-shot watch, and it would have been a little bit better.
Yeah, because you just like action is happening, and they're just like, dude, why did you pause this? Why did you pause? We're gonna blow some shit up.
Yeah,
we're gonna fall through some glass ceilings. We're gonna do that catch as she's gonna fall and die, and then I'm gonna throw her to safety. Like we've seen a million times, and we know how it's gonna go. Yeah. Oh gosh, yeah, the sound of freedom. Fernando keeps talking about this. It's by far the biggest movie in the theaters right now. Other than the fact that here they're only showing it like twice a day. So
really?
Yeah.
I want to. It's what's it about, child abduction or something?
Yeah.
I want to see it. I heard it was good.
Yeah. So Fernando was like, dude, I wanted to see it. So the other weekend he was sitting home by himself. He's like, I'm gonna go to the movies.
Yeah.
And so he went to go see it, and it's like they have it showing twice a day. And so he's like, yeah, I'm gonna go see Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
I was like, how was that? And he goes, that was awesome.
One, I think that movie is kind of like political now for some reason. So that's kind of why it's people hate it, people love it. So I think that's why it kind of blew up. Everything's got to be political now. So
it was awesome and heartbreaking. So I'll see it, but I have a feeling the acting is going to just be terrible.
It probably. Who are the actors in it?
Nobody. No.
I haven't even looked.
Yeah, it's got nobody in it, and I mean, it's probably shot with handhelds. I mean,
iPhone.
It's like, no. I don't. I mean, there again, who knows? I mean, when it's available for pay-per-view, I'll probably take a look at it.
Yeah, that's definitely one I want to watch. One that I agreed to go see with the kids this weekend is, I'll give you a guess.
Transformers?
No.
This weekend?
Yeah, this weekend.
I mean, I have no idea. I
One
don't even
hint,
know what's coming out.
it's not Oppenheimer, which is the big one. It's coming out Friday.
Ooh, yeah, that looks good.
Barbie.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, so they wanted to see Barbie,
Yeah,
and I want to see Oppenheimer too. So I might go. They're going to see that Friday with their friends, but I don't know. I don't know. I'd like to see it in IMAX, but I don't want to drive 45 minutes. So we'll see.
Haley watched Elemental. She said that was kind of dumb. What's Strange New Worlds? Is that Star Trek?
Star Trek? Sounds
Yeah.
like yeah.
If it's Star Trek, yes, I've been watching and I'm up to date. So the only thing I've watched since we last met was I watched all the Witcher episodes back to back.
Nice.
Like sat back, I'm like, this is my Friday night or Saturday night. This is my Saturday night. Everyone can go do whatever they want. I'm watching every Witcher back to back. Yeah, and so then I watched all the Star Treks that were on this, that were out. I think there was 3 I haven't watched, and I watched 1 episode of Warrior. I watched the first episode of Warrior.
Dude, we're on the same page. I watched the first episode of Warrior.
Yeah.
Half of the second episode, and I've watched all of Witcher that is out.
Yes. Yeah. What are you thinking so far? Let's talk about that.
The Witcher?
Yeah.
I'm still in, but here's what they got me with.
Okay.
The way they ended it, dude, they doomed the fuck out of me on that. Because it just ends, and I'm like, I didn't know it was half a season only.
Oh, yeah. See, I knew that going on.
I was like, dude. But the show, I'm totally digging it. Although I will say it's more Game of Thrones political.
Well, now it is. Yeah.
Than action now. But I feel like they've laid a good groundwork to deserve this, less action, more political intrigue.
Well, yeah, because I mean, if you kind of look at the episodes, the first season was confusing as shit. The second one was trying to get all the characters to where they needed to be to get to this, which is like the action. I don't think is as long. It's like it's more focused. So like in the beginning when he chops everyone up, and you're like, oh hell yes.
Yeah.
And then the 2 of them fight together, which was really cool. And then, he's not as big in this, physically as big in this one as he's been in all the other ones. I was kind of noticing that. I'm like, wow, he's kind of went on break. You know, need to hit the gym a little bit, buddy.
Well, he wasn't. I don't think his heart was in this season, and he's even said as much before he left. So,
yeah. So maybe he took too many days off. I dug it. I was all in. I liked the last episode. I like when they do things like that are interesting.
Like 3 different, you see it from 3 different perspectives. Yeah.
Yeah. They do it well. That I thought they did really well because all the characters at this point.
Right.
So you kind of know like at the end when they get in the fight and you're like, I call bullshit.
Yeah.
That dude would never make it that far with him at all. When it's like when he punched him, he was like we just watched him kill this weird lizard thing that came out of the water, and he just, like no fear at all, beat the shit out of this thing, and like she through the head, and yeah. I mean, we've all watched like he tore those guys up in the beginning, like so viciously, and what I liked about it too is I like the relationship that we're seeing now between the 3 of them.
Right. Yeah.
When she took him into town, when she was like, oh, you're special, you're this, you're that. She's like, let's go this way for a minute. I want to show you something. And it was like, oh shit, and she showed her where she came from. And it was like, oh.
And you almost forget at this point what she was. She was a hunchback.
Yeah.
Like a
half elf. Mistake. Her parents didn't want her. Her dad was like, she's a worthless piece of nothing. So, but what I really like is now we know we know where the bad guys are. So it's like here's all the chess pieces. So we know what is going on. We know where all the bad shit is. It's all laid out in front of us. Now just show us how you're going to let it play out,
And I feel like we need to wrap the story up this season because Cavill's out. This is his last season.
I don't. I mean, I don't know if they'll be cool enough to do that, but
I don't. They're bringing in a new guy. They're bringing in one of the Hemsworth brothers.
yeah,
As the Witcher. Obviously, I don't. Hopefully, they don't try to do some Game of Thrones stuff and just replace him with a different actor and act like everything's the same. That would be ridiculous. But I mean, they did. Do you remember when Game of Thrones did that with the right hand of Dany, or the guy that was trying to court her? From season to season, they changed that character. So much so that whatever season it was, I went back. I did not know who this guy was supposed to be, who he was.
I don't even remember that. Yeah, that's weird.
They literally switched the character.
Huh. That's yeah. I mean, it happens. It happens. I mean, and there again, I we got 3 seasons out of him.
Yeah.
The smart money would be to wrap this up and then tell a different story. Start a different direction.
Yeah.
That would make the most sense if they were smart. But we know they're not. So I don't know. I'm waiting for the next episodes to drop so I can be all up in there. But
I've been enjoying it so far.
Yeah, I thought it was cool as hell. I was like, yeah, I want to watch it again, but I don't have the 6 hours to do it. And then Star Trek, I like the Brave New Worlds. I don't know if you've had a chance to start any of those yet.
I haven't watched any of the Star Trek shows.
Yeah, Chris is asking about the guy that plays Pike, which is the pre-Enterprise captain before Kirk. They're having a lot of fun with this, I think, which I think is cool. Picard season 3, when that ended, that was just it was fun to watch. One of the things I liked about Star Trek is that they try to have fun with it. Like, they know fans are into it. They know fans are watching it. They know that like we like these things, and they give us what we want. Like this episode that they had Kirk, and then they had the head of security, which is a relative of Khan's. Okay. And so the two of them had to work together, and she knows who he is. And she knows who Khan is and how he's this terrible person and all this. And Kirk, they haven't had the wrath of Khan. This hasn't happened yet in the timeline, but here's these two characters that have more in common, and they actually kind of almost like fall in love kind of thing. And it's just funny to see them play with that. And you're just like, oh, that is too funny. They're doing it on purpose because they know we're sitting there going, no way. That's so cool. I like you. You're giving me what I want. Awesome. So from that perspective, it's pretty cool. I dig it. I love how they played Spock out as a human. Best episode by far. Yeah, so that was the other thing. They sent Spock in, and he got caught in something, and they fixed him by taking away his Vulcan, so he became human. And it was that was cool. And then they took him and they fixed him, put him back, of course, because it's Star Trek, so we can fix you.
Right.
But no, it was. Yeah, they're just having a lot of fun with it, which I dig. I'm like, this is cool. Because you just get to have a good time watching something you like. I think that's a smart move. Speaking of not giving you what you like, and it's like stupid as hell. Did you watch Nick Fury?
No.
Have you watched any of it yet?
No. I don't even know if I wanted to be honest with you.
I don't even know if you should.
I'm so over. Like, I'm still down for Star Wars. Like, I'm still gonna take a chance on all this. Marvel, though, I don't know, man. I feel like they're flailing at this point. It could just be me. Maybe that's just my opinion, but
no, you're right. I mean, dude, we're halfway through this Nick Fury thing, and we've gotten nowhere.
Yeah.
Which seems to be the thing. And it's like, okay, so, all right. Here might be the problem. There again, I don't know. I'm guessing here. But here might be the problem. When we only had 2.5 hours to tell a story, or an hour and a half, or 2 hours, or whatever the hell it was, we told the story. We got to the point. We skipped all the bullshit. And at some point, someone said, "Man, wouldn't it be cool if we had 4 more hours? What we could do with that?"
Yeah.
And we were like, "Damn, that would be awesome." Okay, so make it awesome. And they did in the beginning. In the beginning, it was cool because each one was like a little mini movie.
Right.
And now each one, it's like, all right, we got to, it's almost like some of them are like, well, this should only be 4 episodes. No, it's got to be 8. Yeah, but it should really only be 4.
Right.
Like, I don't need 8 episodes of bullshit. I need 4 episodes to get to the point. You know? Yeah, it's dragging ass. It's totally dragging ass. It's like, man, I'm hoping that somewhere along the way this gets to the point, but right now it's just.
And I never liked Nick Fury as part of the MCU anyways. He never called to me as a character. I mean, I love Sam Jackson as an actor, but just his character in there, I didn't care.
Yeah. I mean, to me, if you're going to give me 8 episodes to tell a story, I want 8 episodes of story. You know, I feel like if you don't have an honest 8 episodes, then just call it 6 and call it a day.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, why? Even Loki, man, I'm scared for Loki. I don't know. I think Loki isn't gonna.
What's gonna happen? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I gotta be honest. And as much as I'm loving the thought of Ahsoka Tano coming back and all the characters from Rebels turning into real people, because Rebels, I enjoyed the shit out of Rebels. After season 1 of Rebels, every season after that just got way cooler. The first one, that I don't think they knew what they were doing. They were still trying to decide: are we going to be like a kid show, or are we going to be like Clone Wars? And then they were just like, you know what, more adults are watching. Let's just turn and make this cool.
Right.
And so, you know, they're starting with a really good foundation of entertainment and storytelling. If they can carry that through to live action with these characters that are like super awesome, like how cool is that? You know?
Yeah.
Because, you know, that was always the thing, like in Star Wars at least, that it was like, okay, that's neat. These are all canon characters. Like Ahsoka Tano was always that character that you're like, man, I wish she was in the movies because she was a cool character.
Right.
Now we get her, and it's like, please, for the love of God,
I hope it's good. I hope it's good.
Don't do her dirty like you did Boba Fett.
Yeah, Boba Fett, dude. That's still the biggest, like,
saddest letdown ever.
Like with the hipster aliens and all that, and then they killed Cad Bane, which I understand people wanted that to happen, but still, like, as someone that didn't watch all those cartoons, I wanted to know. I wanted him to be a legit big bad for more than just that one season.
Like he should have got away, kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, he always did. That was the thing.
Yeah.
He always got away. So at the end, he probably should have just gotten away like he always did. I don't know. There was so much they could have done better with that. Let's just be honest, they just fucked that all up.
Yeah.
But
that being said, I got a good thought experiment. So starting today, would you take what MCU has left, and I'm talking quality, making money, just as a whole, like good storytelling, everything. What MCU has left, we know that what their history was. They were kind of the all-stars. They're waning now. They're maybe at the end of their career, some might say. Or would you take DC under James Gunn's tutelage now with his universe building, say, for the next 10 years?
Well, we know Guardians of the Galaxy was one of those things that just came out of nowhere and just did exceptionally well.
Right.
Like wow, because they're the nobodies of the MCU that they brought to the front and were like, here's these cool characters. The last Guardians of the Galaxy was awesome. Like,
yeah,
it ticked all the boxes. It was action and adventure, pulled at the heartstrings, had a good story, put a bow on the end of it, and was just like, it's over. But to be fair, like Chris says, I would stay in Marvel. I almost feel like I should stay in Marvel just because there has never been a good movie in the DC universe.
Right.
I know a lot of guys will sit there and go, Batman was awesome. Christopher Nolan's Batmans sucked. They sucked. They were cool for like the first, oh my God. And then it was like, no, they sucked.
The third one really, I did like the second one. Now I didn't love it, but I did like this. I enjoyed the second movie. The first movie I thought was cool just because it was different.
Yeah. And
then the third one, I was like, nope.
No, it just looks sucky. They've all, I mean, even reshooting. Listen, they've tried it. They've tried it really hard. I liked the Superman. Like I liked that standalone Superman. Like I thought when they brought Harvey or whatever
Harvey Dent. Yeah.
Well, no, the guy from Witcher.
Oh, Henry Cavill.
Henry Cavill. I thought Henry Cavill's Superman was very entertaining.
Right.
Like, I liked that story. That one was good, but it wasn't Iron Man good.
No.
I mean, but it was like compared to the other Superman.
Yeah.
That was probably the best Superman we've gotten so far.
And they just didn't have the time to. They didn't have the patience to build something.
They never do.
Yeah.
Because they already feel it's Superman. What do we need to tell people?
Yeah.
You know,
it's hard to make a good Superman movie anyways.
Huh?
It's hard to make a good Superman movie.
I mean,
he's so overpowered that no one should rightfully be able to stand to him unless it's like.
And you got to destroy the planet to fight him. So
right.
Where's the fun in that? You know.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I don't know. But I thought he did a really good job as Superman.
Yeah.
The story might have sucked, but they still did a good job as Superman. And then I don't know. I really want to give DC a chance because it's like somebody has to, but I haven't seen this new Flash. I probably will here in the next couple weeks. But I'm not holding my breath.
And people say it bombed. Some people liked it, some people hate it. But I will point out that James Gunn did direct the second Suicide Squad, the one we hated.
Yeah.
Did everyone love?
Not everyone has a winner.
Yeah. You know? But everyone loved that, and they thought it was great. And I'm like, what
is there to love? There's nothing there to love. The only thing we got out of that was John Cena's character and his standalone show, which was good.
Yeah,
that was the best thing that came out of that was that whole Peacemaker series that they did, and he directed that, and that was entertaining. But I don't have any. I mean, dude, right now, fuck. I almost feel like could we just stop?
Yeah, I feel like that too.
Could we just
start over?
Unplug it all for like 2 years. Remember when we had to wait a year or two between, and by the time it was like cool. I mean,
it didn't even come out on video for a year or two after it was in the theater.
Yeah, it's like funny. I was watching something today. We were talking about Mission Impossible, and they're like, this is like Mission Impossible 7, I think that just came out now, and it started back in 1996. I think was the first one.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's taking them this long to get to the next one, and of course, Tom Hanks still looks amazing, which like whatever he's doing, we all should be doing apparently.
Well, South Park showed us, they like suck the spines out of babies or something like that. Remember?
Yeah. But my point is that's one of those series that has never sucked.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They've always, if we're going to do this, let's just do it. Okay. Let's just do it awesome. Let's make it ridiculous. But no, they keep doing a good job. It's getting old. How is it getting old? It's only 7 shows from 96 to 2023. Indiana Jones is getting old. They should have never made that movie. That movie was dumb as shit.
I didn't watch it. I'm an Indiana Jones fan, but I really didn't care for the Shia LaBeouf one too much.
Oh yeah, he died.
So I
listen. The only thing that you watch that movie and get out of it was, damn, the DA process. Harrison Ford was freaking amazing, like amazing. But the movie sucked. Sucked. The last couple movies have just sucked so bad because it was like the Crystal Skull. Aliens? Seriously?
That was
like what? And then this one, gonna throw. If you haven't watched it and you want to, just pause it for turn the volume down for a minute. Because I'm gonna give it away. I'm gonna give you ready. You gotta have it down. This one has time travel.
Oh shit!
Fucking time travel.
Well, who's young Indy? Is it still? It's not Shia LaBeouf no more, right?
No, no. He died. The son is dead. The son died in the war.
From this happened in this movie.
Yeah. So from Shia LaBeouf, his character died in the war. So he's no longer a parent, and Marianne and him are kind of broken up because of it.
Yeah.
Because he just couldn't get over it. And so, yeah, it's like, what the fuck? And in the end, they all get back to, like, she and him get back together again because, like, you know, he realizes, like, oh, I still love you. And I was, oh, but.
Is this the last one ever, though, hopefully?
No, probably not. But yes, it needs to be. It should have never happened in the first place.
Like Fast and Furious, dude. So
if they would have done a reboot, that would have been way better. Like, if we just did a reboot, it's like, because there's, like, dude, when the first one came out, I was, like 8? You know? So, yeah, let's just reboot Indiana Jones. Fuck, we could do the same one. You know? We could do the same movie. Ark of the Covenant, have him go in. I mean, no, it just sucks. I mean, if Dom Toretto can carry a car and he can travel through time. True. Yeah. I'm with you 100%, Chris. You're right on point. There's no doubt about it. You're right on point. I got nothing. Now, the other funny thing was, I don't know if you saw my post about being Bugs Bunny.
Yes.
So what the catalyst for that was Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. So they're apparently going to make a live action Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
Oh, I heard that. Yeah.
Okay, so I have not seen the live action Lion King. I have not seen the live action Aladdin. The Mermaid, I sat through the first 15 minutes of it and walked out. I will not. Maleficent is the only one that has not sucked. Angelina Jolie killed that movie. What they did with her in that movie was magic. Like, how do you take a character and everyone all of a sudden loved? They totally. That was whoever wrote that did an amazing job, and we should pat them on their backs. The second one, The Quest for More Money, not so much, but the first one was fan-freaking-tastic.
Yeah.
Now they want to do Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and they don't want to have dwarfs. Yeah, they're not going to
do that.
They're going to have 7 people.
Yeah.
She's going to be like a Latino German girl. Yeah.
And no doors.
No doors.
They're not even like digitally shrink them or something. Just regular size.
No.
So Snow White and the 7 dudes.
Probably Snow White and the 7 dudes, and it might not even be dudes. It might be just Snow White and the 7 people. It might be just like the village people.
Oh, maybe. Yeah.
I don't know. So, anyways, Haley was telling me about this last night, which of course she's not happy about it because she's like, "Why are you screwing up all our good cartoons?"
Yeah.
Like, you know, like why? You know, like granted, if you watch Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, it's like 45 minutes long, if that, maybe an hour, and it's a great story. It's just it's a cartoon, man, and you just sit back, relax, and enjoy it. You know, stop, stop screwing this stuff up. Yes, Snow White and the 7 they thems, but and it's not just Disney. Let's be honest, it's not just Disney. It's everyone is trying to make stuff, you know, just so whitewashed and so basic and so non-offensive and just like, oh my god,
this is exactly what I thought. This don't.
Yeah.
7 dudes. Like, oh,
yeah, exactly. Yeah, I've actually seen that painting. It's scary. There is a painting of Snow White and the 7 dudes.
Yeah,
and it's all white. It's white with gray tones. So like when you look at it, you're like, I don't even know what I'm looking at. And you get close and you go, whoa, that kind of catches you off guard. Wow,
it's like one of those dot paintings. where you
No,
can't see it.
no, it literally just looks like a whitewash on a wall until you
Yeah.
get like 3 feet from it and you notice the rock hard
Oh no.
dwarfs and Snow White taking it like a champ in every orifice
Oh my
possible. And you're
goodness.
just going,
Don't like that.
and I'm looking at Haley and she's like, I don't know what I'm seeing either. Like, let's just go. And it's a big painting too. It's like 4 foot by 5 foot. I mean, it's massive. And I'm just like, wow,
Jeez.
dang, who wants that in their house?
You know
Not
what else
me.
they're making though?
Ah,
A Wonka.
another Wonka?
So in this one, they're doing an origin story before he became the true Willy Wonka. It looks to be a more of a return to the Gene.
Ackerman?
Yeah.
Gene, yeah, that.
You know how, like, I've got no problems with Johnny Depp. He's weird and he does his movie things.
Yeah.
But he was kind of like doing an extra weird and he was trying to do like the original and it just was like, it was not vibing with me at all.
Okay.
The trailer on this one, now I can only speak the trailer, looks better. They also had a Hugh Jackman as a Oompa Loompa, which I thought was freaking hilarious. So
I gotta go watch this now after the show. That sounds really. I gotta go watch that after the show.
Yeah.
I haven't seen the trailer for that.
Yeah,
I did see that Transformers is now on pay-per-view.
Is it?
Yeah. So I'm like, ooh, that's cool.
Does that want to be? Do you want that to be the movie for next week?
I mean, it can be. Have you seen it already?
No.
Yeah. I mean, you got to pay to rent it. It's like $20 or something.
No.
Yeah. I mean, that's gonna break us both.
I mean, that's a pool, but
yeah, it's a tough one.
Be okay.
I'll probably have to watch it by myself in the dark with no one around me. What else is new? I mean, when I was so Haley was out and she comes home and the TV's cranked up and because I'm just trying to I will say this, Paramount with Star Trek does a way better mix as far as their Dolby, surround and their main vocal and all that.
Yeah.
They do an amazing mix where it's just like it sounds fabulous. Like you can hear the vocal. Like I have a center channel. I have a big center channel. There is no reason that it's cranked the fuck up. There's 200 watts going to my center channel. There is like you should hear everything. Witcher, man, you're like,
you got to crank it up.
Dude, I'm rocking the house to hear these guys talking. And I'm like, this sucks. Like, what the hell's going on here? That was the only thing I was really disappointed about Witcher. It was the audio mix on it is terrible.
It does suck. And we typically don't watch TV in the living room unless it's a movie or something. So we're laying in bed, but I do have a sound bar in there. But it's like 10 o'clock at night.
Right.
It's loud as shit. When it gets loud, it gets loud.
Yeah. Yeah. So Haley comes home and the house is just fucking rocking. She goes, "You're watching Witcher, right?" And I was like, "Yeah." So is the rest of the neighborhood.
Yeah.
It's like, it's not my fault. I'm just trying to hear what these people are saying with this
Toss a coin to your Witcher.
Yeah. It's like, damn. Transformers that can't transform bother me. Yeah, I'm sure it sucks. I mean, it
probably will.
Sucks.
I mean, we don't watch. Matter of fact, Kip's in the chat, and he's at fault for picking the worst movie I think we've watched on here.
Yeah, probably
6 Underground. So Kip, that's on your soul. You did that to us.
That's all right. We gave him a good movie to watch. The one with the guy from You Better Call Saul.
Oh yeah, that was a
that was
Nobody.
That was Mr. Nobody. That was John Wick the other way. If his family would have lived,
which I think is better than John Wick, if you ask me. But I would definitely watch a part 2 of that one.
So we're gonna watch Transformers next week. That's the plan. We're definitely watching Transformers.
Transformers.
I'll bear the pain. It's okay, man. It's okay.
We forgive easily, but never forget. We never forget.
I mean, I listen. I've probably watched that movie like 4 times, just because it's like, I'm gonna sit through this again. And I'm like, why?
Why did I do this to myself? Yeah.
Why do I do this to myself? Oh yeah, because I like Ryan Reynolds. Damn it. You know, it's like, oh, he's in it. Yeah.
Well, they
right.
get you like before you watch the movie, you're like, oh, this got Ryan Reynolds. This is going to be good. Even the beginning maybe tricks you a little bit, and then it's like, oh.
So, but I will say that the 600 ground Ryan Reynolds thing, it's like, it's not as bad as the Ryan Reynolds with Rock one. What is it, like Red or whatever the hell it's called? Not Red, but it's that one. So with the Rock, Ryan Reynolds, and the chick that plays Wonder Woman.
Oh yeah,
dude, that one was so bad. I mean, so bad. The Last Duel is the worst movie. Okay, yeah, all right,
but
100%.
I would say the last battle was better than the last battle of the last 15 minutes or whatever was better than the entire movie of 600 ground.
I couldn't get through the Last Duel ever. Like, I could not get through that movie at all. Like, I as soon as they reset it and started telling the story again, I was like, kill me now. Please let me be the guy. Having rewatched, it was terrible. And that's what I'm talking about. When done right. See, The Witcher, that was done right. Like, that was a lot of fun. Each time they redid it, it's like, oh, I got to sit through this again. Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Because you sit through it like 4 times. No way you made me watch the worst movie. The Last Duel was the worst for sure. But no, that's like at the end of The Witcher. Every time you rewatched it, you were like, it almost got better.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and then, finally you get to the next day and the last scene in The Witcher, you're just like, oh, that guy's gonna die.
Mm-hmm.
Guy's gonna die, and I'm gonna like watch it because we want him to die because we don't like him. You're gonna make us wait to the 27th before we get to watch this guy die.
Yep.
Damn it. Oh, so sad.
So sad.
And if he doesn't kill him, we're gonna be like, oh, come on.
They have to. They have to top loose ends. Henry Cavill's gone.
Yeah.
Like, I'm afraid. I hope they do something good with the show, but I'm scared after this season what happens.
I don't care what happens after this season.
Yeah.
I just want this one to end on a high note to where all like, thank you, you gave me 3 good seasons. Good job, good job, team. No.
Yeah. No, I'll watch it again. I still stand by it.
No, that was the worst. That was the worst. That was definitely bad. All right, guys. Thank you so much for playing along with us this week. We hope you enjoyed our camera talk at the beginning and slowly getting into this. We didn't even get into good food, which is kind of a bummer. But hey, next week. So homework assignment is to watch the Transformers just because we like pain.
Yeah. Why not?
And it might not suck too bad.
I think we're at our best if we're bitching about something, to be honest.
And if you haven't watched Extraction 2, definitely you need to watch it. It's a great Friday night. Grab some popcorn, sit back, put on your mind-numbing, and just sit there and go, wow.
Yeah.
Because that's what it is. It's all that it is. It's Hemsworth. It's action.
Kicking ass
and taking names.
Yeah. It's an action movie. Legit action movie. So
it was awesome. All right, guys, that's it. You guys have a great rest of your night. We'll see you later next time.
See ya.